Last May, as violence gripped Israel and Palestinian territories, Palestinian activists complained that Facebook had restricted many pro-Palestinian posts and accounts. Facebook said its software that searches for hate speech had glitches. But months later, evidence emerged showing Facebook employees had deeper concerns.
My name is Frances Haugen.
After an ex-employee shared internal Facebook documents with the Securities and Exchange Commission, partly blacked out versions given to Congress were reviewed by a consortium of news organizations. Some documents show employees expressing frustrations that suppression of speech in the region was common. Dia Kayali, who works to document human rights violations in the region, took note.
They know that there's problems. They're under-resourcing in them. There are staff that are pushing them to do a better job, and they're just not.
The Facebook documents give a rare window into how the social media giant struggles to manage its services around the world. Frances Haugen, the whistleblower who leaked the documents, cited the case of Myanmar. That's where a Facebook human rights report found a failure to stop its services from being used to foment division and incite offline violence. A similar situation is happening in countries like Ethiopia, Haugen says, where misinformation and hate speech circulate because the company doesn't have systems to police harmful posts in key languages.
What we saw in Myanmar and are now seeing in Ethiopia are only the opening chapters of a story so terrifying, no one wants to read the end of it.
A spokesperson told VOA that the firm cracks down on abuse outside the U.S. with the same intensity as it does inside the U.S. But for many activists, the Facebook papers' disclosures are no surprise. They have been complaining to Facebook for years about how its services are used and abused in the Southern Hemisphere.
There is a war happening on Facebook, and it's happening in a number of different languages. The quote-unquote global South is essentially a free-for-all of hate, polarization, and extremism.
Lawmakers around the world are debating whether and how Facebook should be policed. And activists want the company to disclose even more information.
We have to work together to solve these problems of content moderation because the internet is and must be global. So we need global solutions.
Facebook, which recently changed its name to Meta, has long said its aim is to bring the world closer together. The challenge is whether it can do so safely. Michelle Quinn, VOA News.